Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here, and
Deere.
I love the delay you put on that. Welcome back to the podcast for episode 8.
Hey everybody.
Again, let us know down in the comments. It's been a while, obviously, so we've been consistently doing this. We're going to do better about that, I think.
Well,
or at least ish, maybe.
that's somewhat our fault.
Yeah.
Yours in part for you leaving.
Yeah,
the
that was.
country.
I left the country for 2.5 weeks, so that's kind of
You
on
deserve a
me.
vacation or something.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Police department wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, they're like,
You're
cover all
gonna use
these
your
shifts.
vacation time.
You're gonna use your vacation time.
Nobody actually does that, don't you know? God.
What's funny, they're probably even more mad because I didn't use any vacation time. I just used comp time.
Oh,
So
right.
I still have all of my vacation time to
That's
take.
just the excess piggy bank of.
Yep, of all the overtime that they make us work. Oh gosh, I'm sure they're like, oh gosh, oh no. I could just be like, tomorrow I could just, well, not to, I mean, they'd want more of a heads up, but like if I wanted to, I could just be like, I'm not going to come in for 3 months.
Yeah, if you weren't being cordial.
Yeah, yeah. If I really wanted to push the envelope, like I'm just not going to come in for 3 months, guys.
How much of your job is treated as just a business transaction?
Most
Like-
of it, I feel like.
Okay, that's
far
pretty
as,
healthy because
Yeah,
if you work at like a big corp company, it's like my services to you is a business transaction.
yeah.
It's like you have to compensate me for what I'm giving you, and we get to be pretty blunt and
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that is a fair amount of it. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust the mic a little bit.
yeah. I was
There
wondering.
we go. Yeah, there we go. I think that'll
Am
pick
I
us
not
up.
picking up enough?
You're picking up just fine, but
Okay.
I was slightly above you, so
Oh,
I
I
wanted to make sure we pick it up about the same.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say like for smaller departments, it's harder for like to have that be more business like.
That makes
Because
sense.
when you don't show up to a shift or you call in sick, there's not 8,000 other officers that can come in and fill it. There's your buddy that has to come fill that shift. So it's like it's kind of a little bit
Nancy's
more.
problem now.
Yeah, exactly.
have
You
to
know,
sit next to.
you know who gets hosed when you can't show up to work. So it's like you know who gets kind of screwed over on that. So it's like it's a little bit less of a business transaction where they're like, please come to work. But yeah, in general, it's like okay, yeah, someone doesn't show up for whatever reason, they got to just fill a shift. And obviously for like our job, police work, first responders, like it's kind of important to have people there. So it's like, yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, I guess you make a point.
Someone has to come to work. It's not as much as it is a business transaction. It's not that the company loses money if we don't show up to work and we're not working.
The town catches on fire.
Yeah, and there's no one there to put it out, or there's a crime that happens. There's no one there to deal with it. So it's like it's important that we have people at work. But yeah. But anyhow, let us know down in the comments what you guys want to see or have happen on the podcast. Today, if you're watching the video on YouTube, we're actually going to have some other stuff other than just the Farmer Cop podcast episode 8 on your screen.
Yeah,
today.
we're actually going to show you the stuff we're looking at.
Yeah, we should have done that probably from the first podcast, but I'll take full responsibility for that one.
You know, it's a process.
It's a process. So yeah, we're going to talk about a few things farm sim related, and we're going to show all the stuff we're talking about on the screen. For those of you guys that have been listening to it on like Spotify or Apple or whatever podcast platform you go to, you obviously will not see it because it'll just be audio you guys get. But at the same time, it'll be just like every other week when you've watched. So
You want me to provide a brief description of everything we're seeing?
you could do that. Actually, I probably couldn't do that very well. You should do that. That'd be
Alright.
kind of funny.
Yeah, sure. All right.
We'll see how that goes.
Don't worry. All of you audio people, I'll try my best for you.
It's funny you say that. I was watching a movie I was on vacation. One of the nights I was relaxed. So I was watching a movie on my phone on Amazon Prime
Uh-huh.
that I like rented or whatever. And whatever its default was on my phone, it had not subtitles, but like a voice narrator description of everything that they were doing. So they're like, character looks deceptively at other character. Like that's the things they would say every single scene.
Oh, there was audio of that.
Yeah, there was audio of that. And they'd say that over top of the audio of the movie.
Did you like tell Amazon that you were blind or something?
No, I didn't do any of this. And it's like they're like
Weird.
they're describing every scene. It was so I was like, how do I turn this off? As soon as the movie
Did you
started.
power through it?
No, I didn't. I found a way to turn it off. Thank goodness. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I looked and like in the settings it wasn't even set to that. So I had to set it to that, play a little bit of the movie, then set it back to what it shouldn't have been. Or what it should have been originally, which was none of that.
That is
It was like under the same categories as subtitles, but I can't remember what it was called, but it was ridiculous.
that is such a real mood.
Yeah.
I've had to do that so many times where Amazon's like, you get to have subtitles in Spanish today. It's like, the setting's not on. Why are you showing me this? And then I have to do that, set it to Spanish subtitles, and then turn it off thing, like you said.
Gosh, it's so frustrating.
Video players just don't work on anywhere else except YouTube.
Yep. Yeah.
YouTube's like the only place that has nailed it down.
Yeah, that's actually really true. For videos,
Honestly.
yes, absolutely. But yeah, so it was funny, and I mean it's great. I like the fact that they have that feature there for someone who would need that feature. Like someone who actually
if you're blind and you're listening to our podcast, I was about to say leave a comment, but now I'm questioning how does one even. I'm sure that there's features you can do. You can do it.
Yeah,
I believe it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Leave a comment. Tell us.
But also too,
If
like
that's,
I think
if it's
back,
a good thing, if that's a feature that needs more development, it's completely unrelated to what we usually talk about. But
yeah, well, I mean everything
now
we
I'm
talk about is
interested.
unrelated to what we usually talk about or what we try to talk about.
what is the theme of this podcast?
There is no theme. I would say if there
This
was
is the Wild West.
if there was one theme that I could give our podcast, it would be runaway train.
Runaway
Would be the
train.
theme
I mean, that's
of the
just you and I in general.
Right.
That was the
that's-
whole reason we started this.
And I feel like that's also like the theme of my life is like just runaway train. Just
Or 5 or 6.
yes. Oh gosh. But yeah, let us know. And also, is that why Amazon does that by default? But they do different things by default too. So since it's me, you think if you
it's got to be a glitch, man.
yeah, it's got to be because you think like if they're like trying to be like okay, well, if someone's blind, they don't have to go find this feature. Well, they had to find that movie on there, so they had to do some stuff to get to that movie.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a nice feature, but hopefully you have someone to help you get that set up. But yeah. Anyhow, okay, so we talked about that.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. A weekly subscriber update. The channel's up over 83,700 subscribers now, which is awesome. Last time we did this, it was brag. We were just over 82,000, so that's super cool. Yeah, we're growing pretty steadily. I think it'll start growing a little bit better now that I'm actually back in the States. Obviously, I'm posting more videos.
Didn't you post like 17 in like a day?
When I got back?
Yeah.
I post 6 in one day. Because all the maps that came out
Same
while I was
difference.
gone, I toured them all, and I posted all of them at the same time.
Farming Simulator community is the most active I think I've ever seen in a video.
Really?
It's just like people are constantly making things for this game.
Because we're so passionate about it.
It's
That's
kudos
kind of
to you
cool.
guys. I'm honestly jealous because there are games that I play and I'm like, where are the mods? It's like, why don't I have access to things that would make this better?
Yep.
In Farming Sim, you guys are just living your dream, just like a constant feed of like, ooh, new things.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, that is true. Every day there's new mods. I haven't seen the mods that they posted yet today. They haven't posted them yet, at least when I checked. But
Yeah, go check out all of those videos all at once. They're a good
you go
time.
watch all at once. One of them actually, it was kind of funny. I don't know what it's at now, but one of the maps, and obviously I knew that not a lot of people would watch them because the maps have been out for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like not a lot of people were to watch it. Some of them actually, a couple of the videos did really well. And I was really surprised. I was expecting each video to get around 500 views.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, that's what I anticipated because there's some loyal people that will watch every video regardless. And I was like, those are the only people that are gonna watch these videos. But there was actually so many people watching them. And then there was, and I know some people out there like don't watch other people's map tours. They wait for mine to come out and they watch that one. So those people would be the ones to watch it.
Right there.
But there was a few that did really good, and there was one that absolutely tanked. And after like the first 24 hours, it was my lowest viewed video ever on YouTube. Ever.
How many views did it get?
Like 160.
Wow.
Lowest viewed ever. Like
Oh,
my
numbers.
first videos that I posted, like all the videos through my career. I mean, given those ones didn't do that good right away.
Where did you go wrong? What happened?
I posted a video is what happened. That's where I went wrong. I posted a video on a map that no one cared too much about that came out like 2 weeks ago. So that's where I went wrong.
All right.
And to be fair too, I haven't checked it, so it's probably actually doing fine now. Because probably when all those map tours dropped, people didn't sit down and chug through 6 of them. They probably picked the one they wanted to watch first, and then they probably moved around to the other ones if they wanted to watch those ones.
There
So
was a time when I would have done that.
wow.
Back in college.
I feel like the only time I do that is occasionally if I fall behind on like Farm Sim news, which DJ Go Ham posts.
Yeah.
Which DJ is actually gonna come visit me here
He's gonna be here.
Yeah, he's gonna stay here for a few
He'll
days.
sit in my chair.
Is it my chair? Probably. I don't know.
All right, DJ.
We have to record a podcast while he's here, though.
Oh yeah, have him on a guest.
We have to have him on as
guest
a guest.
speaker.
He's coming around December, end of December.
Ooh.
It'll be like a holiday podcast.
Oh, good luck to him. Where does he hail from?
He hails from South Carolina.
Oh wow, yeah.
He's coming over.
Good luck to him. He's coming up to the cold state.
Yeah, it's alright. It'll be great. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Everything's gonna be great. But yeah, so that'll be fun to hang out with him since I got to meet him at FarmCon, which is super cool and really chill guy. So
was that how it started? It's like we should hang out more.
How that started?
Yeah,
pretty much. He was like, hey, because I told him I invited him. I was like, you're always welcome at my house. I told him and Farm Sim guy that because they're in person. So he goes, you're always welcome at my house if you're ever over there.
Boom.
And then he was like, okay, I'll come to your house.
I'll come to your house. I'll test your hospitality.
Yeah, not quite like that.
Do this thing right now.
It's like, I'm coming tomorrow.
DJ Goham has been active.
Oh yeah,
in your community, right?
Yeah.
What does he do? You've mentioned him many times.
He does his main thing that I think people. No, he's a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber. You do like collab videos with him?
No,
what?
Never have.
Why have I heard his name so often?
Because he's one of probably the premier YouTubers of
He's one of those premier people.
One of those premier people.
Wow, VIP.
I would say that. He has, I think, close to 220,000 subscribers on just on YouTube. Then he has other channels as well, or just on his main YouTube channel, I should say. He has other channels. And
well done, DJ.
Yeah, and his main thing that everyone knows him for is Farm Sim News.
Okay.
Every day he posts like a really high quality news video that's got all the news you need to know for this community.
Oh man, we're gonna have to make a really expedited news sequence. Like, DJ, tell us about that. Too late. We speedrun the news here. Look at the tractor, maybe.
Oh, maybe. You'll never know.
Speaking of,
yeah,
let's go ahead and
show
people. We can actually show you YouTube rights.
Yeah, people on YouTube.
We have the technology finally.
We've always had it. We've just lacked.
No, it's taken us 8 episodes
to develop the technology. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is pretty crazy. I'm gonna describe what I'm doing to do this.
Yeah,
on my stream deck. I'm going to push a button.
Wow.
Boom. There it is.
Oh man.
You guys see it now? Woo! So there's a lot of really good mods, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple, but over the time that since we've last done the podcast, these are a few that I really wanted to highlight. First is this one here. This is the FarmCon 22 John Deere 710. So, fun fact for you and for anyone listening, this John Deere tractor right here, so it's a 710, if you want to describe briefly what we're looking at.
Yeah, we're looking at a green John Deere tractor. It's pretty old. It's probably over 50 years old. It's got some yellow wheels, and there's a man sitting on it with a flannel and a vest.
In that photo. But what about this photo?
Oh,
there's no man.
There's no man. It's just.
What about this photo?
The man again. But he's not in front of a barn.
What about the first photo?
Oh gosh, she's there. Oh, he's in front of the red barn.
That was fantastic.
Great.
Okay, anyhow.
Now you all know.
So now you all know exactly what
it's got 710 written on it and John Deere.
Yes, that's the
model.
model.
It doesn't have a Deere logo on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this pre-Deere logo?
No, probably not.
This after John Deere died, and everybody's like, now I can finally
use the Deere.
Use the Deere. He did that joke when he was alive.
Could you imagine if that was the history of that? That would be so funny because that's such an iconic logo.
Yeah,
like the John Deere logo is so iconic. Like everyone knows what it is, farmer or not.
Synonymous with the golden
You could drop a John Deere hat with just the logo on it in the middle of New York City, and everyone would know what it was.
Yeah,
maybe not everyone, but some people would know what it was. But no, so yes, this tractor right here. So while I was at FarmCon, Giant Software, the company that makes the game, they took DJ Goham, Farm Sim Guy, and a few other people through they didn't take us on this tour. They had us go on this tour, which was a private tour because we were at the John Deere Forum, which at the John Deere Forum, there's also a huge John Deere facility.
Yes.
Where they manufacture tractors. They actually manufacture, I think, what they say, 200 to 300 tractors a day.
Yeah.
Big tractors. Like they have a huge factory. It's crazy. But that's a lot of tractors.
It's John Deere money.
John Deere money, that's right. But so they took us on this museum tour. And they showed us around all the different stuff. And one of the things in the museum was this exact tractor.
Yeah.
So one of the ways that Giant Software gets mods because they publish this mod, one of the ways they get those into the game is they have this equipment that can scan a real life vehicle.
Oh yeah.
And then put it into the game.
Yeah, they do that.
So they showed us the actual 710 they scanned.
Whoa.
And built to put in the game, which was super cool. Like I've never seen because I know they've scanned other stuff and put it in the game, but I've never gotten to see this is what they're like. This is the one we scanned. And all the tractors in this museum, all these old tractors, they all run.
Oh yeah.
So it's super cool.
That is awesome. Did you get to sit on it?
On this one?
Yeah.
No, I mean I probably could have. Did I touch it? I don't remember if I touched it. That part didn't matter to me that much.
Oh man, that could because you at that point you touched the farming simulator 710 tractor. I'm well aware of that tractor in particular.
But anyhow, this tractor's pretty cool. 50 horsepower, only 7,500 to buy. Yeah.
Great. Who'd they scan for the guy?
They didn't scan a guy for this.
Oh really?
No, they did.
Okay.
No, that's just like a in-game character. That would have been kind of funny.
It's you. It's you, Barber Cop.
I wish I had that much hair.
Oh man.
Oh goodness, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it's a really cool tractor. I haven't used it yet in game, but I'm excited to.
I'd be really happy to own that kind of tractor.
Yeah, like in real life. Like just driving that to the store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially with fuel prices right now.
That's what people do here all the time.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone drive. Well, drive one to the store. I've never seen that. I've seen only a couple go through town. I did see an old John Deere go through town pulling a mower the other day.
One of those big mowers, one that was attached to it, that it would mow with.
It was like a pull behind mower.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like an older
the tractor was using a mower.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't using it. It was just driving, pulling it.
Oh, I see.
Because they were driving in town.
Oh, I see.
But it was so wide because the mower was offset on the back.
Yeah, yeah.
So like if you had the mower, then this would come up and this is the tractor.
It's true.
So it took like 2 lanes to get through town.
It's pretty classic.
Yep. But yeah, so that was cool. But anyhow.
It was fun passing combines on the highway at like 60 miles per hour.
Yes.
It's like, that's got to be simultaneously very boring and empowering being in a combine on the highways. Like,
yeah.
Literally, if any of you hit me, I'm going to feel like a little bump.
Yeah. You're like a semi-truck could hit me and I might feel,
it's like,
old Joel.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, you're the biggest, baddest thing out there.
Seriously, it's just made of steel.
You're like, if I drop this header and turn it on, I could eat your car.
That would be awesome.
That would
Can we do do you remember robot fights? Like bot fights on cable TV where people would build robots and they'd fight in like a little circle.
They still do that.
That show's still going.
I don't have like cable TV, but
I want to see that with old degraded farming equipment.
That would be so scary.
That'd be so awesome.
You'd have to set it up so you could drive it remotely because you would die.
Oh yeah.
If you'd
have to go into an abandoned stadium.
Yeah, you need a huge space.
And
you need really good ventilation.
But that would be so sick.
That would be so fun to watch that. But then you'd have to fix the tractors afterwards. It'd be like no one would do that because everyone that has their tractors that are older are so in love with them and probably still use them for work.
Yeah, that is the thing. Is old farm equipment stays useful as soon as it's running.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, as soon as you get it running, it's like nope, that's got to be used for something else.
Yeah, it's like we gotta use that. Unless you have John Deere money, or you can let old farm equipment sit running. That you have sit in a garage for people to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Deere money.
Well, quick. John Deere money. All right, next mod.
Well, the other thing too one final thing about that, there was like this parking lot there that had like, I don't know, 20 or 30 tractors in it.
Yeah.
That all looked like normal tractors. And we're like, oh, what are these tractors doing here? Like, these are experimental tractors. These all have something really like crazy going on with them.
What?
And we're like, well, what are they doing? Like, we can't talk about that.
Crazy.
It was like, yeah, like there's like, they look normal, but they're like, you're like, what's under the hood in those?
What makes a tractor experimentally
crazy?
Okay, is there like
they do different stuff with them,
batteries in them or something?
I mean, they do test electronic tractors. They like do a lot of experiments with them.
Okay.
To see. It's kind of interesting. Some of the stuff that they talked about that was very interesting. Very cool museum tour. And I got to drive a 6R, which has the John Deere 6R.
I don't know.
Big John Deere. Let me look up a photo of it.
No, we can keep doing this. I like how I said next mod, and you're just like,
I'm like, no,
that's not happening.
I'm like, no, not done talking.
We're gonna keep going with this.
Let me look up a photo of a 6R here.
He's doing the search. Here
we go.
Like Yeah, that's just classic John Deere.
Yeah.
Right there.
But that's, the 6R is like not their biggest tractor, but it's pretty large. Like that's a fairly big tractor.
Yeah.
And they have, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, gosh. See, it's like CVT drive or something like that, where literally you can be driving at full speed going forward and just put it in reverse. And the tractor just starts going backwards and doesn't damage it. Like the transmission's designed to do that.
What?
Yeah, we got to do it. It was so cool.
That sounds awesome.
Crazy. It was crazy.
This is like... Are farming simulator players just the 4-year-old who's obsessed with tractors that never got over that phase?
Probably. I mean, as much as I would like to deny that,
because it's such an insulting way of putting it.
There might be a listener like, that's not how we are.
That's not what it is.
That's not what it is at all. But there's also, to be fair,
that's a hot take right there. You all know it's true. Nothing to be ashamed of. I have played video games when I was 4 and I never got over it.
Yep.
I love video games.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the newest, coolest video games.
Well, I think it's funny because like my primary audience is like between 25 and 40 years old on my channels.
Most of you are older than me.
Yeah.
I don't mean any disrespect to my elders.
That was pretty funny. I mean, that's kind of true. It's like I love driving, like would love tractors and like big. I mean, what kid does who doesn't love tractors? It's like It's like what kid doesn't? But then you get older and you're like, oh, there's this game that allows me to drive all these things I never got to drive before.
Exactly.
Like it gives life.
I had that.
Or you get to fulfill your dream of being like a farmer.
There you go.
Because a lot of people will never get that experience.
It's true.
You get to do it through a video game now.
What a dream. I got to live that out for a brief stint in my life.
Yeah.
As a child.
Well, there's a lot of people that were like, when they were kids growing up, they were on a farm. And they don't farm now, but they play the game and they try to like recreate their like grandparents or family farms on the game.
I can definitely see that.
Which is pretty cool. Like I've seen some pretty cool ones. Like I know Rusty Money Gaming, who's a YouTube channel I watch. Great channel. Go check him out. He's also a police officer actually in Nebraska. But he does YouTube stuff, and he did a series on Farming Simulator 19 where he rebuilt his family farm, and it was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, especially the amount of mods that are out, you can kind of do whatever.
I can see. I've thought about rebuilding my childhood house in like mechanical engineering.
Oh yeah.
Sketching programs. But
yeah, because there's nostalgia behind it.
Right. Like Minecraft, that's something I've thought about. Every time there's an opportunity to build something, I'm like, I just want to build my house again.
That's awesome.
All right,
next mod. We are 22 minutes in and we made it through a mod.
All right. Lease to own?
Lease to own. This one's pretty quick. So basically you can purchase, you hit purchase, and then down here you can leased equipment purchase. You can hit yes and do all this. And I don't know how all of it necessarily works, but the benefit of this. So one of the things that the community complained about, and I think this modder is kind of helping to satisfy this, is you can lease to own. So what you're doing is you're leasing a piece of equipment, and then as you pay the lease fee, it's going towards you purchasing the item. So it's very similar to like as if you had taken a bank loan out on a tractor or something and bought it that way.
Yeah.
Now, you could never do that in game before. You either had to lease it and you're paying this leasing fee, but you always had to give the tractor back at the end. And it wasn't, you were just paying
money. Or you had to pay it out all.
Or you had to buy the tractor flat out. Or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
To own it. So this is a really, I think... Now, unfortunately, it's only for PC players. Because it's a script mod. So it can't go to consoles.
Yeah.
Like Xbox and PlayStation. But this is one that I have not gotten into using yet. And they do charge you, I think they do charge you interest. It's not very high. At like 2% interest over the course of leasing it, looks like there. And it might change based on different things. But it's still a very cool feature. I would like to see the interest probably be more. Because you'd pay a lot more interest.
Well, doesn't it depend on the bank? Or
that's true. It depends on the bank, the length of the loan, all sorts of things.
So then you're just opening the door for just real life finances. Yeah. And that's where farming really becomes real life.
When you're always in debt trying to pay
your bills. Right, when you're looking at the bills every day.
And you're like, well, how are we going to make this money? Well, I mean, to be fair to Giant Software, it's like I feel like not a lot of farmers, a lot of times when they buy their equipment, they usually, it's probably more often they buy it outright.
Buy it outright, typically.
Yeah, because it's like...
Or they just rent it for...
Yeah, they rent it for what they
like the 2-month stint where they're harvesting for like 30 hours.
That makes
day.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, because otherwise,
At least in America. I don't know. I watched. Hey, have you heard of Clarkson Farms?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
It's actually really good. It was fun watch, but there's a lot of differences.
Mm-hmm. Where's his farm at?
UK. So this
UK,
is like England farming, which was different.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
The big thing I noticed with like, especially when we have like maps come out where people like build them based on other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like you don't really notice as much, but like on a lot of like the UK maps, it's like it's more compact.
Right.
It's
yeah.
like
It's tinier. There's a lot more going on in a smaller space.
In a smaller space. Where in the US, you're like we have these big open. Even when you park your equipment, you have big open lots. It's easy to move stuff around. You make it easy. Whereas they're like, we're gonna weave this into this little space.
The thing. It's just like tiny spaces. You have very efficient, quick layouts of things. A lot of dividers. Square fields are very typical. We got a lot of circles over here, in the West at least. I don't know what it's like on the East Coast. Maybe that was a product of us moving west. That we could like turn circles into plants.
Into plants.
That was like you begin a thought and then it just doesn't finish.
Yeah.
So you have to like effort the words out. There has to be a conclusion to this.
I can't leave them hanging.
All right, lease to own. That's great.
Yeah, so lease to own. Great feature. The next one, the DB120, John Deere DB120. This is a very wide planter. So it's a 30.
I feel like we talk about this every time. There's like a new planter that's super wide.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Every time you get a wider planter.
Is this the widest one?
I think so. I think it is. Because last time it was the Case Early Riser planter.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. But
they had a whole video of just like
Yep. Oh, of it unfolding?
Yeah.
No, that was this one.
Oh, that's this one.
That's this one, I think.
Okay, never mind.
Because I think it's Yas Mods put it up. Which I got to meet Yas Mods in person at FarmCon. But yeah, this is 36.5 meter working width or 120 feet. 120 feet wide.
It's ridiculous. We had grain elevators that were only 100 feet tall.
Like that tractor's massive. Look how big that thing is.
That is massive.
It takes forever to unfold though.
That's like monopoly farmers.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, if you have 16 million acres you need to plant, you're
yeah. It's like
yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, big planter.
I like it. Big planter.
Big deal.
Good times.
The Precision Sprayer Pack. So what this does is took a lot of the different sprayers that are in game and added spot spraying functionality to them. Which spot spraying is where like John Deere has what's called See and Spray, which is their trademarked term for it, where they have a sprayer that has cameras and it looks for weeds and it'll just spot spray the weeds. So these will do that now.
Yeah.
But they can't say See and Spray because that's trademarked. So this is spot spray.
Okay.
But yeah, so there you go. That's add that. Then there's a lot of Jackdo stuff that came out.
Jackdo is just a brand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like that before, so I have no idea what this thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a combine.
That will have the sugarcane harvester.
Oh,
yeah.
That makes sense why I've never seen this.
Yep.
We don't frequent the sugarcane in Washington.
No. Not literally never probably. It wouldn't grow here, I don't think.
Nope. Not a chance.
But this is a primarily South American brand.
Oh.
That's where they're primarily located. And they do a lot of sugarcane in South America. But yeah, so this one is kind of a big deal. So I know if you decide to do sugarcane and farm sim, there are unrealistic harvesters that will harvest it a lot wider and a lot faster.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this competes with those, but compared to the base game harvester we have, this is technically twice as wide in terms of the header. Like how much it can do at one time.
And it's a real life.
And this is a real life equipment. So if you wanted to play realistically,
so
and figure it out more.
It's like the premium sugarcane harvester.
Probably, because the other one's a Case International harvester.
Okay.
So it probably is a premium.
Case like Spirit Airlines or something.
Probably. Probably. But yeah, so harvest it a little bit faster, which is pretty cool because basically like you see the two headers on here, like the two different. The Case only has one.
Is it trimming the tops off of the sugarcane?
Yep.
Is this like really bitter or something? What's going on there?
I think I could be wrong, but I think it's just those aren't part of like where you get the sugar from, so it trims those.
Oh.
Just throws them.
Just get rid of
And also on the back, see all the stuff on the ground. It throws that part of the sugarcane onto the ground and it regrows without having to be replanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know anything about sugarcane.
I don't know either, really.
It's all magic to me.
Yep.
It's like it shows up in a bag at Walmart
Yep, sugar.
as like sand.
Yep.
It's like, how did we
Get to this.
But
yeah, that's how you get there.
Great.
That's part of it, at least. But yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think it has its own capacity or anything.
Maybe that's what it feels like. It's like for everybody else, it's just like, I don't know how flour got here. It just shows up in a bag of sand.
Probably. I doubt a lot of people understand how that works.
Wow, I've never had that feeling before.
I would be willing to bet there are a lot of people in the United States that don't understand that flour comes from a plant.
Probably.
There's probably a lot that don't understand how that, even beginning to understand that.
I mean, you could basically guarantee that for any fact with our generation.
There's a lot of people in America that have no idea what's going on.
Pretty ashamed of that. We recently did a trivia night for our church hangout on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
And I was pretty embarrassed about how little I know about U.S. history.
Yep.
And just facts in general.
Yeah.
I was able to answer one, and that was like, what's the driest continent on the planet?
It was Antarctica, right?
It's Antarctica.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a fun factoid. But I remember that standing out to me. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like all the rest of them, it's like I just.
Yeah, it was like I was sitting there. I was like, I feel like I know the answer. We won't talk about any of the questions we answered about the rest of the world.
Right.
The people that watch us from other parts of the world will attack us. Not really.
Where's Germany? I don't know. It's some part of Canada, right?
Germans watching this just got out of their chairs, turned the thing off.
Oh,
angry. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. What else did we have?
All right, Jackdo.
That was Jackdo, and this is the Beavernator 1600.
Beavernator! For all you beaver farmers. You know, is that how they get vanilla extract? Fun fact for all of you, by the way. Did you know that beaver anal glands taste like vanilla?
Wow, that was a fun fact.
It is a pretty fun fact. That's the first thing that I went to is the Beavernator.
The Beavernator. Wow. That's where your mind went.
The gland extractor.
The gland extractor. Gosh.
This is not what that does. Oh, wow. It's a shredder. Or
how would you describe this?
This looks like... Oh, it's... so it's a red teacup. It's really big, and it's got some logs in it. And then there's a guy on, like, the front end of the teacup. I don't know what he's doing, but the teacup is grinding up the logs and spitting it out the back as chips.
Yep. That's pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah, this thing is cool. So you can put wood into it to get wood chips out. You can put stones in it to get lime out.
What, don't you have to have limestones for that?
Well, so here's what you have to do. We're in a video game.
Suspend this.
So technically, yes. However, if you put stones in there, there's no other fill type in the game that would make sense for you to get out. Because if you like put stones in there and you got wheat out, that wouldn't make any sense or anything like that. So that's like the closest thing that we'd have that would make sense if you ground a stone up.
Okay, can you just put whatever you want in there, though?
No.
So somebody willfully decided that stone equals lime.
Yeah. That's not... It wasn't...
I'm not mad. I just want this to be admitted.
Yep. Someone did do that. And then
I'm fine with that.
sugar beets can turn into cut beets, which makes sense.
That makes sense.
And then you can put bales of straw, hay, or silage in to get loose straw, hay, or silage.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
It all makes sense.
So yeah, but it's pretty cool. But it is $350,000. So it's very expensive, but it's very cool. I like it.
It's cool. I mean, if you're trying to get rid of a ton of logs, probably worth it. Like one of your forest farms.
There's the lime coming out. Ooh. You see stones in there a little bit. There's bales. That kind of looks funny. Getting put in a
do you see them slowly descend into the bottom of the teacup?
No, they just sit in their one.
Oh,
I know.
That would have been so satisfying.
The trees would do that though.
They will?
With tree physics in game, they would slowly descend in.
Oh, that's
to get chopped up because that's how the trees work. But the bales unfortunately don't have that. Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, because the bales will sit there, and whatever their fill value is, they'll stay the same shape until it's zero. Then they'll just boop, and then the next bale will fall.
Gone.
So that's the only unfortunate part about that. And then that's them putting beets in there to get cut beets out. But
Cool.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. I like that.
Me
That's
too.
cool. And then we have this one. We'll go to that one last because that one's a game changer. The Grape Orchard next. This is by Omatana. I got to meet Omatana in person at FarmCon, which is super cool. It's only $1,000 to buy this thing. What it is it's an orchard that produces grapes, pallets of grapes.
The orchard produces grapes.
Yeah, because it's a grape orchard. So you just provide it with water. I believe you can also provide it with seed and fertilizer too, if you'd like to. Yeah, there you can grow grapes either with only water or in combination with seeds, fertilizer, or manure.
Okay.
So
Have you guys ever had orchards before?
No, we have, but this is different. Here's why. This one you just place down for $1,000, and it makes grape pallets after you put those inputs in. So it basically works, quote unquote, like a production facility, where you put an input in and you get an output out.
Oh.
Like if you had a grain milling game, you would put flour, or put wheat in and get flour out.
I see.
So this works like that versus the actual orchards and base game. You have to place the orchards and then you have to harvest them using a $300,000 harvester, and there's other equipment you need. So this is a really inexpensive way to get grapes. That's why it's a big deal, because you're basically, the way you'd simulate this, you're doing it by hand.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's a very
supposed to be
small
manual labor harvesting.
Yeah, compared to
Essentially.
yeah, exactly. So that's why this is kind of a big deal. I don't think there's any other ones of these that came out that did grapes. I could be wrong about that. Let me know if I am.
For those of you listening, there's a bin of grapes sitting next to some grape plants.
Yes, that's pretty much
In
right.
case you were wondering. It's very indicative of the whole thing.
Yep.
So you have an orchard, and you get bins of grapes
Yep.
right next to it, in the dotted lines.
And they did put this on concrete, in case you're wondering.
They grew the orchard on concrete.
Well, this is on concrete.
All right, it's whatever. I don't need to criticize this anymore.
Then we have this one, which is a bit of a game changer here. This is the Global Goods pallet. Yeah, Global Goods transport pallet. So there's 4 options here with this pallet. There's this one right here.
Wait, what's the option?
This is an option. This is a
What is the unique
pallet with a bag in it. That holds dry goods. So there's 4 options. There's a pallet with a dry goods bag.
Yes.
And there's a pallet with a liquids bag.
Right.
And then there's 2 other options that are
a liquids bag?
like to hold liquids, so like a bag.
Like a bag.
Yeah. There should be a photo of it. Where's the liquid? Yeah, there's the liquid bag.
Is that a bag?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it kind of is.
Okay.
You're looking, you still have to remember it's a video game.
Alright, I'm sorry. It's also not a bag. It's a container.
Okay, fair enough. Container. Well, no, but kind of it is a bag, and here's why. When this thing has stuff in it, but when it's empty, it sits on the ground flat.
Oh.
And as you fill it up, it gets bigger.
Really?
Yep, and same with the little sacks. It has a really cool animation to it. But yeah.
Alright.
So that's the cool
Maybe
thing
I'm just
about it.
inexperienced.
Yeah. And you can have them hold up to 200,000 liters, which is ridiculous.
That
and
is
unrealistic,
a lot of
but a
liters.
lot of fun. Yeah, it should say the description up here. Yeah, unrealistic capacity, 200,000 liters. And it's only $1,000 to buy one of these. And you can dump, like, if you pull like a dump truck behind it or a trailer behind it, you can just dump directly into the bag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like...
You can unload a harvester directly into the bag, too.
It's like Mary Poppins' purse.
Yeah.
You just keep pouring it out and it never stops.
Yeah, but this you're putting it in.
Yeah.
Yep. Same concept, though.
Awesome.
Oh, God.
I like
it. It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, don't hurt yourself.
Kick your chair.
Don't kick my chair. Okay. So we'll go back to that screen for a second.
All right. So now we're going to talk about harassment.
Harassment. No, we haven't even gotten through all this.
I'm kidding. I just saw it and I was like, oh, that's a fun topic.
That's the crime of the week if we get there. We're behind. But then after, because there's so many cool things going on in the farm sim world.
That's right. We haven't been here for 2 weeks. So if we don't talk about anything else, it'll be great.
Yeah. So first thing actually I want to watch, some of you guys may have already seen this, but we're going to watch the after movie from FarmCon. It's 1 minute and 52 seconds. We will probably be talking slightly over it a little bit about things. So there's no like voices in it. It's just music.
Yeah.
So
so all the listening people.
Yeah. So for all listening, we can play music, and then me and T talk a little bit about some of the stuff going on. I'll point out DJ Go Hem for you.
Thank
the
you.
Farm Sim guy, and everyone else that you need to know.
All right.
But Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going.
Are they seeing?
Nope, they're not. Thank you. Let's put it on your guys' screen so you guys can watch it with us if you're on YouTube. There we go. All right, after movie. So Death Giant semi truck, which they own that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's John Deere Forum.
It would make sense for Farming Simulator on a semi truck.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the event center?
Yeah. So they're setting the stage up.
Yeah. John Deere Forum.
That's Kermit. He's the English. There's DJ, Lars. There's all of us on the live.
Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Wow.
It's very pump up music.
It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, you have that hat that kid was wearing.
Yep, I do.
Why are you all raising your hands?
I don't know. Party. There's DJ again. He's a gold partner now, so it's his gold award.
Congratulations. There's such a thing as a platinum partner?
No, gold's the highest.
All right.
Here. Yeah. Let's turn down our volume so it's not coming through the speakers.
Oh, yeah.
Or through the mic. Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, this is really great.
Yeah.
How many people were there?
Probably close to 1,000.
Oh, that's awesome. How many days was it?
2 days. There's less people there the second day. The second day was more focused
That's a perfect
on
amount of
modding,
time.
But yeah, it was perfect.
I will say, Farming Simulator people look like people that I'd actually want to hang out with.
Oh yeah, they're great people.
As opposed to many other conventions. Pro gamers.
Yep.
It's like somebody's mom.
There's me drinking coffee. I love that they put that
highlight.
Yeah.
That's a farmer cop in a nutshell. Drinking coffee.
Drinking coffee.
Well, that was great.
Yeah, so that's the after movie.
What a good time.
Yeah.
That was 2 days of like what? You're 3 weeks away.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks away. Yep, that was part of it. Okay, then we have, which was announced, we have the new DLCs coming out. So we have pumps and hoses, and we also have the Vermeer pack. So those are 2 new DLCs coming out eventually.
Yeah.
Pumps and hoses is a third-party DLC, so it's not made by Giants, but it's made by another company in cooperation with Giants. But you can still pre-order it. And it comes with all this various equipment.
This is a pay thing.
Yeah, you have to pay for it.
You have to pay for your hoses.
Yeah, your pumps and your hoses.
Pumps and your hoses.
Yeah, you have to pay for it. And there's another thing they haven't announced that's coming with it, looks like, too. But yeah, this is really cool. So what you can do with this is you can have a slurry tank on the side of the field, and you can have, like, this hose that's hooked up to your tractor, and it follows you around the field as you're going, which is
a very nostalgic image in my mind.
Is it?
Yeah. This,
yeah, you guys used to do slurry, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you're talking about the slurry pits that were overfilled, and it's like, please take our slurry.
Slurry pits.
The slurry pits of despair.
There's acres of pools of slurry. But yeah, that was something that happened for probably like a year and a half while you're farming. It was a one-off, but
that makes sense. But yeah, so it's $17.99, which I know is a little steep, but if you guys do pre-order, I'll be doing giveaways of it as well. But if you do pre-order it, when you go through, if you don't know how to do this, we can just hit pre-order here. When you go to this screen, right here, down here, partner code, enter Farmer Cop there. You must do this.
Amazing. And you get a kickback.
Yep. Yeah, I get a very small portion of it goes to support the channel. But the main thing is, for us to become, we're silver partners right now with Giants. For us to become gold partners, it's based on how much revenue.
Based on how much money you make for Giants.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
I know. Fair. Why would they reward somebody for not making money on it?
I mean, some content creators would feel like they should be rewarded for doing nothing. But yeah, so make sure you use that. And that's the same for the Vermeer pack, which the Vermeer pack is a lot cheaper. It's only, oh gosh, how much is it? And if you have Season Pass, the Vermeer pack's included in that and the Platinum expansion, so you don't have to worry about buying it. But how much is the pre-order for this one? Oh, it's $6.99 right now, so it's actually $1 off. So $6.99 is actually not bad. There's only...
It's a 13% discount.
Yeah, there's only 5 pieces of equipment in here, but the big one that's a big deal, I think, is this guy right here.
What is that?
It's a round baler that's self-propelled round baler.
I love that.
Yeah, and this is an American brand.
Is it?
Yeah, this is a U.S. brand. America. fantastic. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. Those are 2 new DLCs coming out soon. Again, this one, if you pre-order it, make sure you use the code FarmerCop. It's currently $1 off, so it's a screaming deal right now. We're trying to become gold partners. Right now, in North America, there's only 2 silver partners, and I'm one of them.
Oh.
It's me and Clutch Simulations.
How many gold partners are there?
Just DJ.
Just DJ?
He's the only gold partner in North America.
Wow.
There's 10 total gold partners worldwide, but he's the only one in North America.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. But
let's get there, man.
Yeah, we got to get there at some point. I think it's what is it? It's 20,000 euros worth of sales in a year and a half.
In a year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a time limit on.
There's time limit. I mean, it just keeps
Based
moving forward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, so currently we're at like I think close to 8,000.
Amazing.
So we have a lot of ways.
Look
to
at
go.
you guys.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It doesn't cost you anything extra to use the partner code. It's the same price for you.
You're just doing it out of your love for Farmer Cop.
Yep, that's one. That would be why you do it. And then you can also, I think you can still buy the seasons. I don't think you can still buy seasons pass actually. I'll say because if you own seasons pass, you get at least some of the DLCs for free. But yeah, buy the pumps and hoses and buy the Vermeer pack because they're pretty cool. The Vermeer pack especially. I mean, I understand the pumps and hoses isn't going to be for everyone, but the Vermeer pack is pretty sweet.
There's something pretty satisfying about pooping out round hay bales. Like I would find that very enjoyable if I played this game.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there are other balers out there, but this one.
Why would you want that?
Yeah, this one is self-propelled.
American one.
The American one. American. But yeah, this is pretty cool. So yeah, go check those stuff out and take a look at them. I think that's what I got for that. GamerCop is doing well. Quick update on GamerCop.
Yeah, what are you doing on GamerCop?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Not farming sim stuff.
Not farming sim. I'm actually mostly doing Minecraft, and we're closing in on 3,000 subs.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so people have been enjoying, I think, the Minecraft content on there. Like, the most recent video got, like, I think it's almost up to 500 views.
Amazing.
Which is really good for a GamerCop
You're just
video.
playing by yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you guys go check out GamerCop if you haven't already. And go subscribe, of course, and watch it.
Do you only play Minecraft?
No, I play other stuff on there, but, like, right now I'm only doing Minecraft.
Okay.
My focus has kind of shifted to Minecraft because I think that channel will grow a little bit better if I'm more focused on one game.
It's true. Also, Minecraft is very popular.
Yep. Well, that's why, like, when I started my farming simulator channel, like, I was kind of between Minecraft and Farm Sim, but I was like, I like Farm Sim better.
There you go.
But, so if I had a second channel that was focused on Minecraft, that would not be surprising to me because I like my Minecraft. It's my second favorite game, probably.
Both wholesome games.
Yeah, both wholesome games.
Amazing.
But yeah. So,
what's the highlight of the last episode of Minecraft? What are you doing right now? Are you fighting the Nether Dragon?
Not even close.
Nice.
Not even close. We're still setting up our first base.
Okay.
But we made a mine in the last one. Yeah, we made a strip mine, so we can go down and go back on
production value.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
But yeah, I've been trying to focus on building stuff that actually looks decent.
Somewhat decent. You're not just doing cobblestone.
No, I usually
Nice.
I mean, when I I'll show you some. I feel like when I usually build stuff on Minecraft, I'm not focused on the look of it as much as I am the functionality of it.
Typically cobblestone obelisks are what most of my stuff turns out to be.
But if we look here, if I go to...
Look at this. There's a channel right there.
This is the most recent one. And see, it did actually a lot better than the other videos.
Those do look pretty fancy.
But yeah, so we had just a couple the starter one here, episode 1. And we're on hard mode. Or not hard. Yeah, we are. It's hard, but it's not like hardcore. Those are different. Hard is a more difficult survival, but if you die, you still come back.
Yeah.
It's not hardcore,
is you die forever.
And of course, I had to build this barn.
Cow barn.
And our starter house is pretty sweet. We're like above this like cave thing. Like that's where we spawned in.
That is really cool. I have not played in a long time, so the cave updates that happened a year ago,
all that stuff,
are something I should really look into again.
Yeah, but you see, we're close, 2.96 thousand subscribers. So make sure you guys go check that out. But yeah, so that's what I got going on GamerCop.
We're almost out of time.
Yeah,
to be honest. When did we start? We started.
How
long have we been going?
We are 49 minutes in.
We got
or
10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Do you have anything you want to talk about?
No.
I feel like I've been just chatting away the whole time.
That's right. We haven't hung out in a while anyway.
That's true.
So
that is true. We need to do that.
It's been a good update, you know?
Yeah.
Gosh, we haven't done a crime in a week for
haven't for a while. We can do a crime of the week.
Do we have time to even touch on this one? Because I feel like this is one of those crimes that's a deep one.
Yeah, that's probably true. Maybe we shouldn't start on this.
How about you tell me your story, your crime story?
Oh, my crime story. That's a good one.
Or noteworthy calls. Is that noteworthy? The same thing?
Yeah. Yeah, same one. Same sort of thing. So we're just
gonna keep you on the talking.
Yeah, we'll keep you talking.
Now. I have nothing to say.
Or instead of doing that, we could also I could just briefly talk a little bit about my travels in Europe.
That's a good. Yeah, let's do that. I'm down.
Let's do that instead. So like I traveled to, my whole trip here. I flew to Frankfurt, Germany.
Frankfurt.
Good. And then I stayed there for a day and a half ish, almost 2 days. Yeah.
Because before FarmCon.
Yeah. So I flew in. I was there for half a day, just kind of relaxed because I've been traveling for 20 hours. And then the next day, I went out and did stuff around Frankfurt, which there wasn't a whole lot to do. I mean, sure there was more to do, but I didn't do a whole lot. Ate some good food. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, I was supposed to take a train to Mannheim, Germany for FarmCon, which is like an hour train ride from Frankfurt. But I got a message from CB Gamer, who lives in Frankfurt currently. He's American. Yeah, he's an American, but he lives in Frankfurt.
Oh.
So he lives there right now. So he messaged me and asked if I wanted to get lunch. So I got to have lunch with him. Super cool guy. It was cool to hang out with him. And then after that, I got on my train. I was supposed to have Yas Mods meet me there. Yas Modding was supposed to meet me there.
Oh, at the
train station. But he had so many like issues with the trains and stuff that it didn't work.
Shoot.
But it was fine. So I got on this train, and there were seriously no seats on this train.
Why? Is that a popular train ride?
Apparently, but there was no seats available. So like there were so many other people too that were just standing.
You just stood for an hour-long train ride?
No, I found a place where I could sit down on the floor. I was literally just sitting down on the floor on this train.
Wow.
Yeah, like there was so much. It was so packed. They had sold so many. To be fair, I bought my ticket late. I was trying to get like a reserved seat. Yeah. But they didn't have any left, which made sense because I bought my ticket super late. Because I didn't know what train I was going to get on. So after I had lunch, I went to the train station, bought a ticket, got on the train.
There you go.
That was like how I did it. But yeah, it worked out fine. And then in Mannheim, the first day I got there, I met up with DJ Goham and some of the giant software people while they were setting up the convention, like before it started.
Yeah.
So I went there early and I met up with some of them, got to get to know them a little bit. We did the Farm Sim show, which is DJ and Clutch's thing. So Clutch wasn't there in person, which was unfortunate, but he was remote. So we did a live stream, which was the most chaotic live stream I've ever been a part of, but it was awesome.
Awesome.
An awesome chaotic live stream. So we did the Farm Sim show, and then Giant Software took us out to dinner, which was nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was nice of them.
It was very nice of them. And then we all went back to our hotels. We relaxed for a little bit together at one of the hotels. My hotel was like a 5-minute walk from everyone else's hotel.
Yeah.
I just happened to be in a different one. But all the Giants people were at the Holiday Inn. I was at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Garden Inn.
Yeah, the Garden Inn. Because they had a central garden. I don't know. Anyhow. But yeah, so we did that, and then...
This is all very important information.
Yeah. Then we got up the next day, we had breakfast, and then walked to the event. Started at 10 o'clock, so we got there about an hour early. And then started doing stuff for the event and hanging out with people. And
so were you nervous?
Not really.
Did you do anything? Were you like a public talker or speaker at this event in any way?
Not like at the event, but for like in the back, they had like a studio kind of room set up.
Uh-huh.
That me, the Farm Sim guy, and DJ Goham were on the like international live stream.
I see.
For like English speakers. So like we commentated on some stuff or talked about some stuff. They interviewed us at one point about like our journey as content creators and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they treated us very well. The Giants people were awesome. Like honestly, they treated us like almost like VIPs there.
Celebrities.
Yeah,
you guys are kind of the Farm Sim celebrities.
Apparently, yeah. So and it was kind of fun to like hang out with Farm Sim guy and DJ because they're like, we're just regular people. We just make videos.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But yeah, they had like a VIP lounge that we could go into.
Wow.
I had like a balcony that overlooked the whole event.
That's sick.
It was really cool.
That is really
cool. But yeah, it was super fun. And then we all hung out that night. then the next day we had FarmCon day 2. We all hung out all day, and then we hung out that night. And then the next day they had to get up early to fly or to take a train to Frankfurt and then fly home. So they all flew back to work.
You're talking about your co-creators.
Yeah, DJ Goham, Farm Sim guy, and all those guys.
Yeah, they went back to the
Everyone went back home, and then I, that day, took a train about midday is when my train left. It was a 4-hour train ride. Yeah, 4-hour train ride. From Mannheim, Germany to Zurich, Switzerland. So I went to Zurich, got checked into my hotel, which was like 20 feet from the train station.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, the hotel was nice, but the AC wasn't working up to snuff.
I mean, nothing you're not unfamiliar with at this point.
That's true. My house, the AC is very warm. Well, worked okay before I left, ish.
Maybe,
ish. But anyhow,
Switzerland is one of my favorite places.
It was very cool. That was probably one of my favorite sites to see was the Swiss Alps. So like I took like a tour where they took us from Zurich up to Grindelwald and Interlaken and through like the Swiss Alps.
Yeah.
And I went up to like the top of Mount Fierce, which is not the highest mountain or anything crazy like that. It's just one of the mountains up there. Took like a cable car up. Yeah. It's like a 30-minute cable car ride. Mm-hmm. Like just hanging over this mountain. It was crazy. And then got up to the top and then I had lunch up there. And then the cable car back down because they had a nice little restaurant up there. And then that was probably just the sights in the Swiss Alps were amazing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just want to stay here.
Oh man.
I just wanted a house up there where I could just come out on my porch and look out over that and just drink coffee every morning.
I relate so much. That was probably the highlight from my Europe trip. But yeah, Switzerland was.
You went to Switzerland when you went to Europe?
Yeah, I went on like a high school choir tour.
Oh, cool.
Of Europe. We only did like 2 days in each country.
Yeah, it never seems like enough. I only did to be fair, I only did 2 days in Switzerland. But I wish I would have stayed longer. Switzerland was really cool. Right. It's also very expensive there though.
It's like a nice sampler of like knowing where I want to go eventually for a longer stay.
Yeah.
Switzerland was one of those places.
That's true. Yeah, it's kind of nice sometimes to do like the rapid fire go around Europe tour. Cause like, okay.
Because then you've seen it all.
Because then you're like, then you've like seen like a glimpse of all of it. And you're like, okay, these are out of the 10 countries I went to, these are the 4 that I wish I could have spent like weeks in. And then you go back to those ones.
Exactly.
And to be fair, every country, it's like you could spend a year in every country and never see everything.
It's true.
Like there's just too much to see.
But I could also spend a year in my basement and be perfectly happy.
Yeah. That's true as well. This is how you spend your time.
I'm very much an introvert, so it's easy for me to spend long periods of time by myself.
That makes sense.
But anyway.
But yeah, so
where else did you go?
What was amazing?
What were the rest of your spots?
Then I flew to the rest of the time I spent in Spain.
Okay.
I flew to Barcelona for 2 days. I had the hotel I was in was really cool. It was right on the beach.
So you came back saying soccer as like the premier sport.
I would have said that before though.
Okay.
I didn't see any soccer while I was there. Like there was no soccer that I even saw.
That would have been amazing.
Oh yeah.
If you had seen a game in Barcelona.
That would have been awesome.
Oh.
But they were the Barcelona team and then like Real Madrid because I went to Madrid as well. So the Barcelona and Madrid.
Wait, it's pronounced Real Madrid?
Real Madrid, yeah. I can't remember what that is.
Oh, I thought it was said Real Madrid.
No, it's Real Madrid.
The Real Madrid.
No.
Supposed to Spanish. Fake Madrid.
A fake Madrid. That's the other team.
Oh, me.
But so they were in America. Those teams are in America. Playing games here.
Yeah.
So
and you were over there.
And I was over there. They fled from me. But no.
They knew you were coming.
They knew I was coming. The Barcelona school, I was on like the 18th floor of this hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I had like my room overlooked like the Mediterranean.
That's amazing.
Like it was, I could see for like miles. And like just all these cargo ships on the distance coming into like the port, which is on the other side of the city.
Why is it that when we go to like a foreign place, we're like willing to spend the expense to like have the coolest experience? But if we're like going to like, I don't know, Los Angeles, there's like cheapest thing, don't care.
It's because we're Americans. Because we're American. We're like, we've been here.
We're not here for the experience.
We're not here for the experience. We're here to get something done.
Exactly.
Yep. America. But hopefully if you go to other countries, you're like, I think part of it is too, you're like, this is almost a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Probably.
And you're like, it's usually worth it. And some people actually go on like pretty economic trips through Europe because the most expensive thing is getting over there.
Yeah.
Like that's your most expensive day. I would say an average of $1,000 one way to get there, which is expensive to fly there. But regardless of that, and that's flying economy. Regardless of that, for the 10-hour flight. But yeah, so it was cool. And then after Barcelona, I actually got to meet up with another YouTuber that lives in Barcelona for a day, Mr. Bauer Gaming.
Mr. Bauer, does he do farm sim stuff?
Yeah.
All these are farm simmers.
Yeah.
Farm simulators.
So he showed me around part of Barcelona. We got to sit down and have some food and stuff together. It was nice.
Sick.
And then after that, I went to Madrid. I was in Madrid for 4 days. I really liked Madrid. I was like, I wish I would have taken one of the Madrid days and put it in Barcelona.
Okay.
And then had 1 day less there. But also, to be fair, I probably will go back to Madrid someday. I liked it.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd like it as much because Barcelona's right on the water, so it's a little bit cooler. It's still hot, but a little bit cooler because you got the breeze off the Mediterranean.
Oh, literally cooler. Like temperature.
Yeah, literally cooler. Yeah, sorry, literally cooler. And then Madrid, I was worried. It was really hot in Madrid, but it was actually a really cool city. So I enjoyed being there.
What was the highlight? What did you like best?
The Swiss Alps. Well, other than FarmCon, the Swiss Alps.
Yeah.
FarmCon was by far the highlight. That was just very fun.
Makes sense.
That was crazy fun. But yeah, that's what I got, and I think that's perfect for time.
I think that's it.
All right, guys.
Call it.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thank you guys for coming and watching. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is down below, whatever platform you're on.
Thingies.
Drop us something down below. Just be dropping stuff.
Drop a fat one down.
Yeah, drop a fat one down there. God. Anyhow, drop a like down below. Or something. Do anything.
All right.
You guys do what you want to do, okay? Thank you guys for coming and watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.